Hello everyone. Yeah, welcome to the listening for extended conversation. Yeah, it is about longer conversation, uh, especially designed for part B in a TOEFL task. Yeah, for the language assessment. Uh, in this meeting, we are going to discuss 10 questions given. Yeah, for you, but because of the technical things for the listening file, so sorry, we can follow together the listening file here through this video, yeah. And thank you for your input. Last week one of you said that the volume need to be higher, yeah, but I try to make it higher and it's the maximum one, yeah. So sorry for the Windows Media Player. The link for Windows Media Player and this recording is uh, actually already maximum, yeah. Okay, now uh, we'll go directly to the question number one and number two, yeah. I give you the script here, yeah. I already uh, type it, yeah, the transcript of the conversation for you, so you can follow it better. Yeah, you can follow the discussions better. Yeah, from part B in this conversation, it is given for question number one and number two, the script between F and MF, here female one, the speaker one, and M1 is the male, yeah, or the speaker two. Yeah, let's listen together. Yeah.
Listening exercise 13.1A.
I just read an article in a magazine that talked about different types of exercise. Guess what kind it recommended?
Yeah, that's what female one said. Yeah, I just read an article in magazine that talk about different types of exercise. Get what kind of recommended. Nah, lalu ya yang speaker kedua say,
Let's see. Was it jogging?
No. According to the article, jogging can cause leg and foot injuries for some people.
yeah, let's see. Yeah, it was jogging. Was it jogging? No, according to the article, jogging can cause leg and foot injury for some people. Nah, pertanyaan yang pertama adalah from what source did the woman get her information about exercising? Ya, from the dialogue. Kalau part B ini kan tidak seperti part A yang banyak apa namanya sounds with confusion word, ya, homonym, homophone, similar sound, or paraphrasing. Kalau part B dan nanti juga part C itu apa yang kita dengarkan itulah jawabannya karena banyak membutuhkan listening for detail, ya, listening for keys dan seperti itu. Jadi memang kita tantangannya mencermati panjangnya percakapan karena ini lebih panjang dari part A, ya. Jadi part A itu kita fokus ke misalnya paraphrasing, inference, question dan sebagainya. Kalau part B di sini seperti yang handoutnya itu banyak tentang what, who, where, when, how, and extra, ya. This is from the question number one. From what? Nah, jelas di sini tadi. I just read an article. Nah, this is. So, this is from article in a magazine. Nah, jelas sekali ya di sini ya. So, the answer is magazines. Okay, then the question number two. According to the woman, what is one of the disadvantages of jogging, ya? Kalau kita dengarkan question number two.
Information about exercising.
Ya.
Number 2.
Number two.
According to the woman, What is one of the disadvantages of jogging?
Ya. According to the woman, what is one of the disadvantages of jogging? Nah, jogging tadi apakah yang terbaik? Oh, tidak. According to the article, malahan ini jogging can cause leg and foot injuries. Jadi can cause injuries, ya. Malah bisa sering bikin cedera ya. Selain mengerjakan listening exercise, kita juga mendapatkan pengetahuan umum ya di sini ya. Ya, it can cause injuries. Okay, based on the article in the magazines ya. Nah, itu. Jadi karakteristik for listening part B for extended conversation, konversinya lebih panjang sedikit ya. Bisa satu conversation untuk 2 atau 3 pertanyaan. Kita lanjut ke question 3 to 4 ya. Kita dengarkan dahulu.
Questions 3 and 4. Listen to portion 2 of conversation A.
Then what kind of exercise did the article suggest?
Cross-country skiing. The article said cross-country skiing exercises almost all of the muscle systems of the body, and that it's good for the heart and lungs.
Cross-country skiing. I would never have guessed that. Tell me, how is cross-country skiing different from downhill skiing?
Well, for one thing, you don't have to go to the mountains to go cross-country skiing. You can go anywhere there's snow.
Number
Nah.
3.
Nah, that's the conversation, right? A bit longer, ya. From the first speaker, the male one, then what kind of exercise did the article suggest? Nah, yang disarankan apa dari artikel itu? Cross country skiing, ya. The article said cross country skiing exercise almost all of the muscle system of the body, and that is good for the heart and lungs. Nah, cross country skiing, I would never have guessed that. Tell me, how is cross country skiing different from downhill skiing? Downhill skiing ya, karena baru terdengar ya, kita juga mungkin baru tahu kalau ada cross country skiing ya. Dia perbedaannya dengan downhill skiing apa yang umum itu? Well, from one thing, you don't have to go to the mountains to go cross country skiing. You can go anywhere there is snow. Nah, ini mencakup 2 pertanyaan. Pertanyaan yang pertama adalah
What form of exercise did the article recommend?
gampang ya. What form of exercise did the article recommend? Ya, jawabannya sudah jelas tadi. Bukan jogging, jelas. Downhill skiing untuk pembanding toh. Karena apa tadi bedanya dengan downhill gitu yang male one? Jawabannya lah cross country skiing, ya kan? This is the answer. Ya. What did the article suggest? Cross country skiing. Kalau kita lihat dari sini kan jawabannya itu ada dalam dialog ya, beda dengan part A yang mayoritas pasti pakai paraphrasing, sekali lagi ya, pakai sinonimnya apa atau pakai inference-nya ya. Kita harus berpikir lebih. Kalau ini kita butuh konsentrasi penuh karena in the TOEFL test we cannot write, we cannot note, so our memory, our cognitive memory is important ya. Jadi itu ya. Kemudian lanjut tentang berikutnya pertanyaannya.
Number 4. What can be inferred about cross-country skiing from this conversation?
Nah, inference question ada 1-2, tetapi inference questionnya lebih umum ya, karena what can be inferred about cross-country skiing from this conversation? Apa yang bisa kita dapatkan informasinya? It doesn't require much snow, malah kebalikan ya, karena syaratnya apa? Bisa main di mana saja asal ada salju, jadi malah required snow. Salah. It is recently developed sport ya. Bisa, tapi ini kalau teman-teman jawab ini subjektif. Karena tahu dan tidaknya ini tergantung kita. Mungkin kita baru pertama kali dengar ya, karena kita baru pertama kali tahu, karena mungkin baru pertama kali ini the first experience to hear about this vocabulary. Tetapi mungkin ini sudah umum di sana. Jadi kita tidak bisa ngejudge, kita tidak bisa memutuskan kalau ini developed sport, recently developed sport ya. Oke. Nah, it can be done in flat area. Bisa nggak? It can be. Ya bisa, asal ada salju. Jadi nggak harus go to the mountains ya. Kan tanya bisa nggak? Ya bisa. Ya can be done in a flat area. Asal ada snow. Jadi the answer for inference question, this inference question is C. It can be done in a flat area ya. Karena apa? Ini yang membedakan dengan downhill skiing. Yeah, the answer is C. Okay, we go to question 5 and 6 ya. Please listen.
Questions 5 and 6. Listen to portion 3 of conversation A.
But what if there isn't enough snow to go skiing?
The article said that there are exercise machines that provide almost the same kind of exercise. The only problem is they're fairly expensive.
I see. So if you have one of these machines, you can get the best kind of exercise and not even get your ears cold.
Number 5.
Nah, that's the script for the conversation ya. Lanjutannya ya. But what if there isn't enough snow to go skiing? Kalau nggak ada cukup salju untuk main ski, tentu saja dengan itu tadi ya, cross country skiing itu gimana ya? The article say that there are exercise machines that provide almost the same kind of exercise. Jadi ada mesinnya yang bisa membantu untuk olahraga itu. The only problem is they are fairly expensive. I see. So if you have one of these machines, you can get the best kind of exercise and not even get your ears cold. Jadi itu. Kemudian pertanyaannya, what does the article suggest people do if there is enough snow for skiing? Jawabannya sudah dipandu tadi kan, menggunakan mesin ya, use cross country ski machine. This is the answer ya. Exercise machine. Ya, itu. Kemudian what is one disadvantage of cross country skiing machine? Kalau weather condition malah keuntungan ya, karena nggak harus dingin-dingin, nggak harus pergi ke salju, atau nggak harus bahaya kan, kalau downhill itu juga berbahaya, berisiko di jalanan atau di pegunungan ya, manapun itu lokasinya ya, baik untuk cross country skiing or downhill skiing. Itu the weather condition and the danger is not the disadvantage of cross country skiing, malah itu salah satu keuntungan untuk menghindari bahaya sama menghindari ekstrimnya cuaca ya, tapi salah satu ini ya kerugiannya karena biayanya mahal. Tentang biaya, the expense of the cross country skiing machine, that's this one. Karena apa? Sorry, ini di sini. They are fairly expensive. Yeah, this is the clue. Okay, that's for number 5 and 6. Ya, kita ke file lain for number 7 till 10. But for this first dialogue, it's for 7 till 8. Ya, listen carefully for the dialogue, the conversation for number 7 and number 8.
Questions 7 to 8. Listen to portion 1 of conversation B.
You look exhausted this morning, Steve.
I am pretty tired. I stayed up nearly all night getting ready for a midterm exam this morning.
Have you gotten the results of the test yet?
Yes, and unfortunately, my grade could have been much better. No matter how much time I spend studying, I never seem to do well on tests.
That's the dialogue. Yeah, between the woman and Steve. The female or the woman said that you look exhausted this morning, Steve. Tadi bilang gitu ya, kelihatan capek sekali, Steve. Lalu Steve, I'm pretty tired. I stayed up nearly all night getting ready for a midterm exam this morning. Jadi lelah karena dia begadang semalam untuk menyiapkan ujian ya UTS pagi ini gitu. Have you gotten the result of the test yet? Nah, ditanya oleh yang perempuan tadi. Yes, and ya sayang sekali ya, unfortunately my grade could have been much better. My grade could have been much better. No matter how much time I spend studying, I never seems to do well on task. Nah, itu conversation-nya, nanti ada pertanyaan yang mengacu ke conversation tersebut, ya kan?
Steve tired.
Wah, terlewatkan.
Why is Steve tired?
Why is Steve tired, right? Why is Steve tired? Karena begadang, gampang ya. Yang mana? He's been study all morning. Nah, jangan terkecoh ini. All morning berarti pagi ini ya. Sepanjang pagi ini dia belajar. Salah, karena malam. Paginya ini UTS. Malamnya. Jadi, he stayed up most of the night. Kalau ada skripnya ini teman-teman bisa terbantu ya, tapi besok kalau tes ini bisa terkecoh ada last night exam tadi kan, malah bisa milih C ya, tetapi jangan. C itu he took an exam last night. Ujiannya malah tengah malam tadi ya, salah. So the appropriate answer is he stayed up most of the night ya. Itu. Kemudian pertanyaan berikutnya ini,
How does Steve feel about the grade he received on the test?
nah bagaimana yang Steve ini rasakan tentang hasil tesnya? How does Steve feel about the grade he received on the test? Apa it was improvement? Ada perkembangan nggak? It was disappointing or it was unfair? Which one? Kalau dari sini yes, tapi ada unfortunately sudah terima, tapi sayang sekali. Nah di sini sudah ada mengacu sini. My grade could have been much better. Apa ini? My grade. Nah, ini misalnya dia menyesal, tau? Sayang sekali sebenarnya nilaiku itu sebenarnya masih bisa lebih bagus ya. Masih bisa. Jadi dia nilainya belum maksimal, belum tidak 100 ya pasti ini, karena could have been much better. Ya, jadi dia masih kecewa, sedikit ini ya, menyesal. Bukan karena tidak adil, ini salah, atau ada perkembangan ya, tidak, karena dia no matter how much time I spend, I never seems to do well on task. Nah, ini kesatuan untuk menjawab pertanyaan 68 ya. It was disappointing. Yeah. That's the answer. Okay, let's go to the next dialogue ya. For question 6 till 10. Nah, ada kesatuannya, tapi nanti tidak usah sampai 13, kita sampai 10 saja ya latihannya. Oke.
9 and 10.
Yeah,
Listen
9 and
to
10.
portion 2 of conversation B.
You know, Steve, if I were you, I'd consider taking some of the seminars offered by the Study Skills Center.
The Study Skills Center? Never heard of it.
Well, it's run by a group of graduate students and professors who help undergraduate students improve their study techniques. See, last semester, I had to do a research paper for a sociology course, but I had no idea how to collect research materials until I took one of the seminars at the center.
Nah, that's the dialogue ya. Kelanjutannya, tapi untuk seri yang berbeda ya. You know, Steve, if I were you, nah ini pengalaman pengandaian ya. Jika aku jadi kamu, I would consider taking some of the seminar offered by the Study Skill Center. Itu nama study center ya. Study Skill Center. The Study Skill Center? Never heard of it. Nah, dia belum pernah dengar tentang the Study Skill Center. Kemudian ini sedikit panjang ya, yang the female too. Well, it is run by a group of graduate students and professor. Jadi sudah group of graduate students, maksudnya bukan siswa-siswa yang sudah lulus. Ini terminologi. This is term for university student, ya, bachelor degree. Not bachelor degree, master degree. Kalau bachelor degree itu undergraduate. Jadi teman-teman itu undergraduate student. Bukannya belum lulus, tapi memang S1 itu undergraduate student atau bachelor degree. Kalau ini berarti mereka mahasiswa-mahasiswa S1 ini diajari oleh siapa? Grupnya ini mahasiswa S2. Jadi run by group of graduate students and professors who help undergraduate students improve their study techniques. Nah ini C last semester. Nah ini sharing dia yang female too. I had to do a research paper for a sociology course, but I had no idea how to collect research materials until I took one of the seminars at the center. Lalu, pertanyaan yang mengacu ke dialog itu adalah
Center's seminars designed to help?
Nah ini.
Are the Study Skills Center's seminars designed to help?
Who are the Study Skills Center seminar designed to help? Untuk siapa? Ya, seminar tentang Study Skill Center itu dibuat. Jadi ditujukan untuk siapa? Yang membuat memang graduate students dan profesor, tapi ditujukan untuk anak-anak S1, undergraduate students, ya kan? Untuk kita gitu dalam ini ya, dalam percakapan. Karena Steve itu kan anak S1, jadi ini untuk anak S1. To who help undergraduate students to improve, nah kayak gitu seperti ini. Gitu ya. Oke, kemudian nomor 10. Kita cermati sounds dari listening-nya.
Number 10. How was the woman helped by the seminar that she took?
Nah, ini mengacu ke female utterances ya. How was the woman helped by the seminar that she took? Oke, nah bagaimana perempuan tadi itu dapat terbantukan oleh seminar yang diambil itu? Dengan cara apa? Ya, apakah dia belajar teaching techniques? Adakah teaching techniques? Tidak teknik, tapi how to, ya study teknik, tapi how to collect research material. Apakah tentang sociology test? Ini bukan tes, beda ya, ini tentang research paper. Jadi, she learn how to do research. Nah, hati-hati pengecoh B dan C ya. Ada kata yang mirip, tetapi itu pengecoh karena bukan paper, ini tes. Lalu ini bukan tentang teaching tekniknya, tetapi study techniques, how to make a research, how to make a research material in sociology course, how to make a research paper. Jadi the answer is A, ya. Tuh. Nah, kita sudah mengetahui ya karakteristik dari part B, extended conversation, ya. Dari namanya saja extended, lebih panjang. Dan isinya kadang untuk 2, 3 nomor, kadang 4 nomor ya, tergantung ini ya. Jadi dibutuhkan skill untuk mendengarkan, mencermati ya, clue-nya. Jadi kita tidak harus mungkin menghafal semua, tapi kita harus tahu clue-cluenya ya. Oh, secara garis besar mengarah ke ini pertanyaannya. Jadi kita harus tadi di skill TOEFL yang awal itu make a prediction, itu juga penting ya untuk membantu kita. Oke, thank you very much. Kita lanjutkan di ini ya, listening part C setelah listening part B ya, longer the conversation tapi tentang monolog ya. Nanti ada monolog untuk listening part C. Thank you. Goodbye. See you in the next meeting.